And now, Bottom Split Theatre.
Good evening and welcome to Thompson International Speedway for Week 13 Street Stock Challenge here on iRacing. I'm Alex Albert. With me tonight is David Haynes, and we're here to see some exciting action, see if some of these drivers can get their much-needed SR to move up through the ranks. So we're just finishing up practice now. We're going to then form up on the grid. We have 18 cars registered. Looks like 2 of them are no-shows, so it'll be 16 on the grid or 15 on the grid, 3 no-shows. David, can you go ahead and run us through the starting order?
Yes, well, our qualifying order starts with Ashton. Sorry, hang on.
Ashton? Yeah, Ashton.
Yeah, Ashton Johnson has pole position, but does not appear to have turned up. So I guess starting at the front will be Troy Gray. Then behind him, Stephen Hickey and Joe Howe. On our third row, Kevin Geller and Brandon Plemons. Fourth row, Brandon Minnix and Travis Breitchoff. Behind them, Joseph Kotzel Jr. and Brian Morell Jr. making an all-junior row there. And then Christian Schultz and Scott Toney. Todd Daniels and Matt Spittyson, Malika Maloney. Lawrence Pollock and Susan Ancillon. And the final row, as per the entry sheet, is Tom Denton and Christian Garcia. But as you say, 3 cars will not be taking the start here today because while they entered and have been given a position, they've not showed up today.
Well, congratulations on all those names, especially number 14. That's a mouthful.
Yeah, indeed. Well,
Assalamu alaikum to you too, mate.
Yes, so our pace car moves off for what will be 2 laps before we go green. And after that, we'll have 40 laps of racing for all of these drivers to work out who deserves to win today. And some of them will be looking for a good result. And as you say, week 13, some guys might be hoping to pick up some safety rating. Though I wouldn't bet on that. I'm willing to bet on some spicy racing action for 40 laps here at Thompson. Alex, what do you think?
Yeah, I've got my eye on Travis Breitchoff. He is a veteran of bottom split theater. We've seen him before. Seen some great runs out of Travis. He's out of the Texas Club, D-Class racer. I think we'll see big things out of him tonight. Car 8, starting 8 in the mellow yellow livery. He's laying back a little bit. That's a veteran. There's usually a lot of contact early going in these races, and it can end your race. Pace car's off. 3 car has him. Ooh, 2 starts to jump it. The 5 gives the 3 a little shot in the rear to tell him to go. And here we go. We're off.
There's 3 wide behind, and your favorite mellow yellow goes all the way on the outside, makes some contact with the 6 car, spins around the 11's on the inside wall. 13 gives the 8 a tap. Gosh, lots going on there, Alex, but I think our leaders have gotten away relatively cleanly.
Yeah, Travis, that was a little out of the ordinary for him, but the 16 went and gave him a shot. Travis, having none of that, turned him around. Now Travis is in the front stretch wall.
Oh, that is yellow, but not quite so mellow. A very, very interesting first lap, dare I say, for that number 8 car. Meanwhile, in the lead, Troy Gray keeps his little bit of a lead over. Second place now is Stephen Hickey. Both of those guys getting promoted 1 position by the no-show, as it were, of Ashton Johnson. And third position is Kevin Geller, made some jumps, but big mover right now, Todd Daniels in the number 13 car, running in 4th place, is up 9 positions, managing to avoid all manner of chaos, and also looking to have a very quick race car underneath him now, as he might even make
here he goes.
3rd place.
Having a look
inside.
There he goes. Oh, it drifts up a little bit, gets in the 5. The 5's up there, just out of the groove. Oh, it kind of flattens out there on the high side. I think the 5 found that out. If you get out of that middle groove, it really flattens off. Really hard to get the car to turn. 5 just gets in too deep, trying to get back to the 13. Gonna overheat those tires and let the 7 by. It really needs to calm down here, compose himself. See what the 13's doing. Why is the 13 faster? Try to replicate that.
Yeah, this is our 13 goes down low and slows down for some reason. I'm not sure what's going on there.
Oh, here we go. The 7 into the back of the 5. 7 getting a good look. Yeah, the 13, it's almost like he's down on power with a very defensive line on the front stretch.
But throw a blanket over them because from... Oh, the 7 gets into the 5, but they both continue. But it was very, very close from 3rd down to 6th here. It's gotten
that's
out
a pretty hard
little
hit.
bit there. But
who's that? Who do we have running in 5th?
Malika Maloney, because he's come up there. He's gotten past the number 5. He's on the inside now of our number 7. He might work his way up into 4th position now. He does Matsper Tyson Malika Maloney. The 7 on the higher line gets a slightly better run there, door to door, side by side for more than.
Oh, here we go.
Now.
Some lap traffic coming out. The 16's going to have an effect here on this battle. Oh, as we see the 14 slide up high, will the 7 look low into 1? He's going to have a look, but just nothing going on there. As they're both going to try to work around the 16. 14's on the high side here. Oh, very close to the wall on the exit.
There was exactly 1 car width there, and they have made it work. So now our 3rd and 4th place cars are both up 10 positions from where they started at both equal hard charges so far. So I'm not sure will they have to share the Dickens Cider Hard Charger award. They won't have to if Matsper Tyson Malika Maloney can get past Todd Daniels for 3rd place. Great pace from that number 14 car. Every time we look, just gaining position.
Yeah.
10 laps. They're on lap
Here he
10
goes.
now.
Here he
Great
goes.
Run on the high side there. Yeah, indeed.
And a very interesting paint job, too. I'm a big fan of Mr. Malika Maloney.
Yeah, there's some... it's a great tribute scheme. Hopefully we'll get a very, very good look at that one. But it's a rainbow scheme and... everyone's favorite iRacing streamer. This is either a Smurf account or a very beautiful tribute.
Yeah, I find it, I would say it's took their inspiration from a teenager's bedroom with all the pictures tacked up. It's very interesting. As we're only 11 laps into this, quite a long race, a 40-lapper here today. Plenty of time to get the tires stopped and a lot to happen. As we see at the front, things have started to happen. The 3 car is really starting to lose the pace. I think he got in the wall there a moment ago. Oh, and the 3, as we see him really struggling with the car through 3 and 4. I think Malika Maloney will be around him before you can say Malika Maloney.
Indeed, that's why I've been saying number 14 car when I have to. But this is on now for 2nd place. It's a really interesting line that's being taken there, sort of staying high in the early bit of the corner and then sort of squaring it off later to try and use the banking but get the throttle open early. Are they going to go side by side?
Oh, and the car is rolling down the front stretch. That caused the 14 to had to back off. The 14 was going to make a move into 1. That was your leader. That was your leader rolling down the front stretch. Let's get a replay of that. Car 2. Car 2, it gets up into the 9, lapping him. Just wasn't quite clear yet. Caused himself to just barrel roll down the front stretch. Yeah, and you can see he gets up there into the 9. He just starts flipping.
Yeah, exactly. Troy Gray could be Marcus Ericsson or even that Porsche GT3 Cup car at the Nordschleife. That many rolls. Well, he's very lucky the car continues on.
But you know what's going on right now and why we were talking about that. What happened? The 14 car took the lead and is walking away here. Matsper Tyson Malika Maloney, everyone's household name and favorite champion, is working their way through 3 and 4 here. Gonna put the 10 car a lap down.
Yep, so that is up 13 positions now for that car to go into the lead.
There's no dispute who is going to be having the Dick Insider after tonight's race.
Exactly. It's clear cut now who our hard charger is. But you know, with 40 laps and this many cars, lap traffic is becoming a huge thing, Alex.
Yeah, we're still 3 laps from the halfway point. So, you know, you hear 40 laps, you think, oh, that's pretty quick. Yeah, really not. Quite a long race. Gives you some time to really let the handling develop. Oh, and here we go. The 16 spinning through 3 and 4. I mean, back on the track. See, if that would have happened just a few laps later, once the leader was closer, that could have took out Mats Vertyson, Malika Maloney. And, you know, anything can happen here in Connecticut.
And often does. Well, actually, I'm not sure that much happens in Connecticut. But yeah, Mats Vertyson and Malika Maloney is now building out a huge gap. It's almost out to 5 seconds now.
Yeah, I think mainly just crime happens. Oh, that might have been a little low. Sorry, Chamber of Commerce of Connecticut. So let's ride on board here with Mats Vertyson, Malika Maloney. As he crosses the line. On the brakes just a little bit. All right, going to set up this lapper for a move. Probably not going to waste much time. Wow. Malika Maloney wasting no time tonight. Really just putting on a show. That was the 4 car. They just put a lap down. Only got 5 cars on the lead lap. Going to be 1 less. Going to be down to 4 here shortly as he's working on the 5 car of Kevin Geller. Geller just getting loose. Malika Maloney having no problem. Ooh, gets so close to the wall there on the exit of 2. As we've, Haynes, I think we've, I don't think we've talked about it tonight, but the fast line here at Thompson is that middle line. The low line works for passing, but if you're really just trying to set the lap time, it's that middle line. And if you get too high, you'll really lose lap time. The track just really flattens off up there by the wall. Looks like 3rd place is running down 2nd. Let's take a look at that.
Yep, so currently in 2nd place is Lawrence Pollock, who's made some interesting moves to get up there. But Stephen Hickey is our 3rd place runner right now. And last time by, lost about 4 tenths out, but there's a lot of traffic going on there for Stephen Hickey. He tries to get by the 9 car. He has to just take a deep plunge down low, and that spun him. He's just gone too hard on the brakes, chucking it down low to try and get that move done. That's cost Stephen Hickey a bit of time. Luckily, no damage done. We'll likely hold on to 3rd. Well, here comes Brandon Minix in 4th place in the number 7 car. But I think Stephen Hickey's just gotten away with that one, but they could have been in a position to grab 2nd place.
Wow, these are some great tribute photos on Mats Vertyson, Malika Maloney's car. And there he goes, putting another lap down on Scott Tony. All right, let's check out 4th and 5th. They seem to be battling. Yeah, Joe Howe here trying to work on Kevin Geller. This is probably the best race we have for position right now. Malika Maloney setting such a pace up front. Pollock just not able to match it. Minix will be going down a lap here shortly. Oh, there we go. Big slide from Kevin Geller up front. Kevin Geller's tires are just too hot. They can't handle the pressure that Joe Howe is laying on.
That does 11 indeed. To go. And again, it's a similar situation for Kevin Geller as Joe Howe managed to keep a bit more cool. Huge whopping slide there from Kevin Geller. Joe Howe is now just within 1 car's length, applying so much pressure.
This isn't sustainable,
Kevin Geller David. Cannot hold on to it.
It's just, here comes the 15. He wants to get by. Now as we're down to just 2 cars on the lead lap. Wow, and I think the 4 is going to get him here. The 5 has been sliding for the last 4 or 5 laps. Oh, there they make contact. Oh, no, and the 15, gets a little bit. Oh, the 4 gets the worst of it. The 5 is able to keep on going.
I would not be happy there.
Yeah, as he goes down another lap and loses a position to Troy Gray. Troy Gray, our one-time leader.
They've saved some of the excitement for later in the race, have these fellas.
Wow, let's see. It's really getting so spread out. Don't have many battles for position. The 14 car is really just kind of stunk it up.
One thing we are gonna have to do, Alex, is engage.
We are gonna have.
Yeah.
We do. Look at our positions gained. I think that we have to default to Matsper, Tyson, Malika Maloney as the tiebreaker for getting the win, or at least finishing ahead.
Yeah, we're going to have to engage the services of Mystery Inc. and Scooby-Doo after the race to pull off Matsper, Tyson, Malika Maloney's helmet and find out exactly who it is wearing that mask, because I'm
Lawrence Pollock is on pit road. We're going to see the very rare lap the field. Matsper, Tyson, Malika Maloney is going to lap the field. It's already been done.
And still with 5 laps to go, Alex. Well, that elevates Brandon Minix into second place, as for whatever reason that Lawrence Pollock has had to pit. Maybe it was damage. I don't imagine it was fuel or any such thing. But Lawrence Pollock manages to hold on to third place.
Troy Gray spinning down there in 2, just solo spin, just got in a little too hot.
That's something we're seeing from a few of these guys, is that they just throw it into the corner with a bit too much gusto. The car is very willing in these weather conditions, and it is quite hot out there on track. The car is quite willing to just loop around.
Yeah, and with these bi-sply tires, once they get hot, they really lose the grip. But as you saw, you can slide them for quite a while and really get the rear end hung out. That's a lot harder to do with the radial. You just can't quite get that level of slide. As we see the 6 rejoining here. Okay, is the 14 of Matsper, Tyson, Malika Maloney. It's going to be 2 to go. Can he put another lap on Kevin Geller here?
Well, Kevin Geller was one of those drivers who was definitely struggling with heat in the outside tires and potentially the rear tires as well. And this pressure from Matsper, Tyson, Malika Maloney, if he wanted to, I think he could get past, but it appears to have just eased off a little bit towards the end here. Are you seeing that as well, Alex?
Yeah, I think he's just doesn't want to push it. He knows that he could accidentally, accidents could happen here. The 5 is really kind of all over the place here. The 14 doesn't need to push the issue and get beside him. See the 5, huge slide through 3 and 4. Matsper might still get him by the line here.
Yep, the checker is out for our leader, who does a huge slide across the line and into the infield there. Victory well deserved, and a very suspiciously well run race there for our number 14 car of Matsper, Tyson, Malika Maloney. What are your thoughts on that, Alex?
I think that maybe he's just a Thompson. Maybe Thompson just, there's horses for courses. I myself am a big fan of this track, but it's a tough one, and some guys just don't like it and can't get past it in their minds to run well here. So, yeah, I don't think there's any fishy business. I don't know. Maybe someone will protest and want to look at his motor, but from up here, I think it's just a young up and comer in the sport with the next household name.
Well, I'll run us down our finishing order. So a whole lap clear on the rest of the field. Our winner tonight, the number 14, Mats Tyson Mullica Maloney, rolls off the tongue. I've loved saying it all night. Second place, the number 7 car, Brandon Minix, elevated into second after a late pit stop for our third place finisher, Lawrence Pollock. Then behind them, fourth was Kevin Geller, who held on with some hot tyres to make it work and get a reasonable result. Then fifth, Joe Howe, sixth, Troy Gray, seventh, Brian Murrell Jr., 8th, Scott Toney, 9th, Stephen Hickey, and 10th, Joseph Kotzel Jr.
Well, I don't know about you, but I know that that we didn't see the most exciting racing tonight, but I think that we saw history made. So at least we can say that.
It honestly isn't often that we see the winning car lap the entire field, so that is some history in the making here for us, and I assume a first for Bottom Split Theatre.
Yeah, it's never happened here on Bottom Split Theater. It's been close a couple times, but you know, typically we see 3, 4, 5 on the lead lap at the end of the race. But tonight, just one, and his name was Matsper Tyson Mullica Maloney. So, calling all the challengers, Thompson, they're racing again in about 5 minutes. So, sign on, register, and let's see, can you beat him? All right, so that's it for us from Thompson. I'm Alex Albert. That's David Haynes. We have Michael Derby behind the screen, flipping all the knobs and twisting all the switches. So thanks again for joining us. It's week 13, Bottom Split Theater. See you next week. Good night.